Hi, welcome back. Let's have a quick revision of what we have studied so far in chapter number 7th of class 10 Civics. That is outcomes of democracy. Let's have a quick revision. Let's go. That is, starting with quick revision we have. When we think of a democratic government, we expect a government that is accountable, responsive to the people's demand and legitimate or is supported by the people. So if we think about a democratic government, we often expect these key terms if we talk about it, that is accountable, responsive and legitimate. So if we think about a democratic government, whenever we have any question related to democratic, what is exactly a democratic government? We expect a government that has to be accountable, responsive to the people's demand and legitimate, which is supported by the people basically. Talking about the economic growth and development, which are expected outcomes of a good governance, it also had certain effects as well. However, alongside the reduction of inequality and poverty. So when we think about a democratic government, we often expect it that it should have what? It should lead to what? Economic growth and development. A good governance should lead to economic growth and development along with reduction of inequality and poverty. However, as we have studied before, in terms of economic growth and development, it is very negligible difference between any authoritarian or dictatorship type of a government or a democratic form of a government in terms of economic growth and development. However, it becomes quite difficult for a democratic form of government to reduce its inequalities and poverty because of the gap that widens between the rich and the poor. Still, the differences between an authoritarian or dictatorship type of a government and a democratic form of government in terms of economic growth and development are what? Negligible. We have studied before it, right? Negligible. Okay. Going ahead, the accommodation of social diversity is an important feature. We must understand this. Accommodation of social diversity is an important feature of democracy as it protects the minority rights. It also ensures peace and harmony. What it does, it tries to ensure peace and harmony. So this is very important, that accommodation of social diversity is one of the basic features of a democracy. And what it does, it protects the minority rights, ensures peace and harmony within the country. In a democracy, citizens are also expected to what? To have dignity and freedom. And while these are not immediately achieved, obviously, but the claims for equality are legally recognized in the democracy. We must understand that these are expecting dignity and freedom. These are our fundamental rights which are mentioned in the constitution. These are the claims for equality and are legally recognized in our democratic governments. So we can say that the accommodation of social diversity, maintenance of dignity and freedom, basically these are which are expected outcomes of a democracy if we talk about it. Along with social, like we talked about the social differences, like accommodating those social differences. Okay. So these are the basic important features of a democracy, is that it has to protect the rights, minorities' rights, they ensure peace and harmony, accommodate the social diversity, ensures dignity and freedom for its citizens, which are basically these are the legal claims which are of equality and which are legally recognized in democratic governments. So that's how we can say these are the expected outcomes of a democracy if you think about it, and the basic features of democracy as well. Okay. So that's how we got to know about the outcomes of democracy in this chapter. We got to know that how democracy is still a better form of government in comparison to any other form of a government. It accommodates the social differences that we often see. It provides peace and harmony. It reduces any chances of any civil war or anything. And it provides dignity and freedom. Ensures that dignity and freedom of an individual is always sustained. It always respect individuals or try to maintain peace and harmony. Okay, so that's how we can think about it, that it is able to accommodate the diversity, dignity, freedom. These are the basic important features of a democracy. Okay, in the next chapter we will the last chapter, that is chapter number 8 of class 10 civics, we will deal with certain challenges to democracy. Okay, till then, bye bye. Thank you so much for being with me at study room. Bye.